Before the crisis was the car industry in Spain really starts later than in many other countries. It really was at the end of the 70s, the beginning of the 80s. Even though there was a Seat and Renault, that's when Ford came, General Motors came, and there is less tradition in the Spanish industry. But the growth from 70s, 80s, 90s has been incredible. And I would say that the market in Spain before the crisis was not so far from other European countries. In terms of saturation, was smaller, but it was in general. The thing was that, like in many other sectors of the Spanish economy, there was low interest rates, there was easy money, and people start buying cars and buying Cayennes and buying big cars, BMWs. The German factories made a lot of money by selling cars in Spain at low interest rates, and suddenly this bubble ends. It was like a party that you think that is not going to end, but party ends. And people was thinking that houses were going to increase the price, that you could construct houses, you can construct cars, everything was sold, and everybody was thinking on that, politicians, and thought that was going to be like this forever. So they went to mortgages, to big cars, and there was a lot of immigration. 5 million people came to Spain in those years, and these immigrants need houses, need cars, and when things were wrong or worse, then those immigrants had to go back, couldn't pay those cars, and but it's like a hangover. We are happening now of the party we had. Factories that at the end are the ones that fix the standards, and dealers were very optimistic. And then they start building big facilities, hiring people, thinking that there was not going to stop. And the problem with this industry or this distribution is that it's very unflexible. You cannot change your structure from one day to the other. And also you have mortgages, and that's what the one that suffer. In the beginning also manufacturers start sending a lot of vehicles to those dealers, and then they were really in financial problem. The news were always negative about the industry, so it was difficult for them to get a loan, because if they went to a bank and the director have just read that the dealers are in bankruptcy and that they are closing, so they really are not. It's not very willing to give a loan to these dealers. So the thing was like that. Dealers has been reducing the number of dealers, reducing the number of people, and now the problem is even if the crisis is over, it's not going to be like it was. The manufacturing is getting better because they are exporting, not because they are selling in the Spanish market. And the dealer cannot sell. Well, they can export, and they do it, but I don't think that's the core business. But there is no expectations of the Spanish the car market to growth. And these people has been with losses for a long time, and then they use their own the patrimonio, they're wealthy to pay those losses, but they cannot continue like that forever. And then there is no really a clear future. Apparently, you think that if the market goes, people is going to take the cars for longer, and then they are going to make much more repairs. But that's not true, because people is using less the cars, making less kilometers per year, and also they are not going to fix the cars. They don't do the maintenance, and there are new options of independent workshops. So the market is really down in both, in the after sales and in the sales.